burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, all the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
So go to verse 12.
12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. It says, verse 13. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. And Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, It is true, O Shadrach.
Is it true?
Yeah. Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
Right, so he was inquiring of them. You know, hey, is this true? Hey, I heard a rumor about you. Go ahead.
Now, if ye be ready, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
Right. Yeah, hey, and his name was Yahweh Bashmi Shah. Right? Because Nebuchadnezzar didn't know.
Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Right, he said, hey, we ain't careful to answer you, because hey, they stood tall for the name Yahweh Shah.
Right.
You know, they like, man, look, man, we not finna worship this golden statue that you put up. That's not God. That's what, the second commandment? Well, that's really the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Right? So they did their job as an Israelite man. Because, you know, that's the whole duty of the Israelite man, is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of his ability. Why? Because the law brings life. You know, everything else outside the scriptures is dead. It's death. All right? Okay.
Verse 17. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, that he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of rage.
Right.
Fury.
Fury. He was full of fury. Hey, he got mad as hell. I seen some Hamites get mad. You know, it's kind of funny, to be honest. But yeah, he was mad.
That's how Esau finna be with us.
Yeah. They turn all they turn more purple when they get mad.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was going to be heat.
Right. So 7 times more. But like a regular furnace, you know, you throw more coals and wood into the furnace to get the fire more burning. You know, like turn up the heat, temperature up. Yeah. So he wasn't playing with them.
Verse 20. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Wait. What verse you at?
20.
20. Come.
And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Right, so, yeah. So now, not only that, he got the he got Babylon's mighty men, you know, to bind them up, you know, so it wasn't no way that they can escape that. Go ahead.
21. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen in their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right. Yeah. So the Lord judged their ass for, for throwing them in there.
It says, these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astounded, and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God.
Right. Right. So, hey, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahushua, he was in there with him. He was protecting him. But a lot of you people out there, you can't receive that. That Yahushua is the word of the Most High. And he protected him. And he was right there with him.
It says, Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, captains, and the king's counselors, men gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on them.
Right, so, not a hair of their head was burnt. They ain't even smell like fire. Like when they came out of the furnace. But that just goes to show you the power of the Most High.
Right.
Like you in your kitchen cooking breakfast. And then you go around somebody else. Like they can smell the food and the smoke on you. But this furnace was heated 7 more times. And they ain't even smell like smoke. All right, so they go to show you the power of the Lord. It's nothing to be played with. And the Lord can deliver you out of these situations that it might look like it's impossible. Like to the naked eye. Because most of our people, they don't even believe in the Lord. They don't even have faith. But the men of the Lord, we got that faith. Because we believe, we understand the record. Go ahead, bro. I think you at verse 28.
Verse 28. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him.
It said that what?
Who has sent his angel,
right,
and delivered his servants that trusted in him.
Right, he said that trusted in him. Okay.
And have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God.
Right.
Therefore,
go ahead, bro.
Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces. And their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver out of this sort.
Right.
Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Right. So not only that, they passed the test, and so I just read. That's why I pulled the Hebrews 11:6, because the Lord rewards you for having faith. It's like you have a woman that do right by you. You come home and everything clean. Food made. They put a smile on your face. You would want to do right by that woman. You reward her. Okay, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna buy you this. Right? It's the same way with the Most High. How you feel towards people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay.
You got some Israelites that like the guy Montana or whatever, the rapper.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be bribed into I guess believing in the Lord or getting into heaven, but it's a contract, man. It's a contract. Just like how these niggas can go do music. All right, you put out this many singles or this many albums, and we're gonna give you this much.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Most High. Keep the faith, obey the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It's a reward for that.
Right.
Like how what's the problem?
Right.
What's the problem?
Did you have a precept?
Oh yeah, come on. This is Genesis chapter 22, and I start at verse 1.
I was gonna get some. This one.
James 2:14.
And it came to pass
Then you can give
after
it
these things that Yahweh did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am.
Right.
And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him therefore a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham arose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which Yahweh had told him.
Right. And now I can stop you right there. Now, did it say Abraham? Did he say, "No, Lord, this is my only son"?
He didn't say that.
He
No
didn't say that.
excuses.
He just said, okay.
No excuses.
Because to do something like that, you got to have faith in the Lord. Abraham had faith. And if you question something, like not to say that you can't question something, but I'm just saying, like, he had 100% faith in the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Scripture says, trust in the Lord and lean out on your own understanding. Like, you can't really, you just have to just say a prayer and just ask the Lord to direct your steps. That's why prayer is important, especially in the truth. If you claim that you're a man of the Lord, right?
It's part of the word.
Yeah. Because hey, the Lord knows best for you. Just because you want some fine, smooth skin, hourglass body shaped woman, that don't necessarily mean that the Lord wants that woman for you, because she could not be right for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord sees everything. Or that job that you want. Hey, that job may require for you to shave, or require for you to get linings or something. The Lord knows best for you.
Down to the detail.
Yeah.
Some that a lot of times people don't think that far, down the line, the details of the matter. Yes, it look good on the surface, or it seems good on the surface, but once you get into it,
Right.
the Lord could make it to where you don't have to even deal with none of that. Just keep him out of it. Nah, we ain't gonna, because he knows. Continuing on, verse 4. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide you here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you.
Yeah.
And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?
Right.
And Abraham said, My son, Yahweh will provide himself a lamb for the burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which Yahweh had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I.
He said, hey, he stopped him. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Yahweh, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me.
Right. Hey, that was a test, Which, the Lord already knew that he wasn't gonna kill him anyway. But it's just like the Lord had these stories just to make an example out of these men. Scripture says what was written aforetime was written before I learned it. Because the Lord controls who lives and who dies.
That's right.
So yeah, we just got the record so we can read it in the scriptures of how our forefathers conducted themselves and the amount of faith that they had. Because the Lord already got the faith in you. He had the truth in you before you knew you had the truth. He just had to activate it. You had to hear this word, and it had to be activated so you can believe. You had to hear the word, and then it had to resonate, and then it spread it forth from then on.
Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering, and in the stead of his son.
Right. So yeah. So he looked at.